Hey everybody, so for today's video practice, I thought that I would focus on the idea of resistance. And I chose that because I notice that as we come around to this time of year, I am very resistant to falling back into standard time. I'm a big fan of daylight savings time. Just this idea of, that it gets so dark so early and, cold and all of those sorts of things. It definitely is something that creates resistance in me. And one of the things that I've learned and noticed when it comes to resistance is that there's value in noticing it and noticing, wow, I'm feeling a lot of resistance to this time change. Or another one that comes up for me is if I ever have to do something after school or after work, whether it's like parent-teacher conferences or back to school night or something like that, I'm just kind of resisting it so hard until, of course, it happens, and then, it's fine. So I just wanted to talk about that and talk about, while in theory it would be nice for us to just spontaneously let go of resistance, that doesn't always work for people. So if anything, I think there's more value in just paying attention to the resistance and noticing when it comes up for us. And even if you can, kind of noticing where do you feel it in your body, which isn't always very easy either. But that is really, I think, the first step. And then if you can, once you've noticed its presence and you have identified it for being resistance or whatever it might be, then perhaps playing with this idea of surrendering to whatever it is. And I'm always conflicted about that word surrender because I think it feels a little bit like giving up. But it's not about giving up. It's actually more so about not resisting. Really, it's more about knowing that this is beyond your control in general, in most cases, and that this is just something that is the way it is, and that you just have to be willing to be okay with the fact that this is happening and to not push so hard against it and resist it, because in most cases with things like this, it's not really going to be as bad as we think it is. So on that note, let's go ahead and practice and notice if at any point during our practice there might be some resistance, and I'll prompt you when we begin. So let's go ahead and sit for 10 minutes. Again, the bell will ring, and then there will be a final 3 bells at the end. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take 3 deep breaths, or more if you'd like. And if you are not interested in taking those deep breaths, perhaps just being aware of any resistance with that. Why don't you want to take a deep breath or 2 or 3? And just being aware of any resistance that may exist without judging it or thinking too much about it. Just noticing, resistance is here to the breathing. And as you allow your breathing to resume its natural rhythm, checking in with the state of mind. Are there any particular thoughts that are at the forefront of your awareness? Any emotions? And just making space for all of those, including resistance. And knowing that for these few minutes, you don't need to change or fix anything. It's just about observing being curious about, and being willing to be present with. And feeling the sensation of the chair or cushion as it supports you. Feeling gravity as it holds you. And perhaps checking in with the body. Is there any physical resistance to the position that you're holding? Or the stillness that you may be trying to maintain? Having a curiosity and an interest about that. And remembering that for these few minutes when we choose to practice, whether you rest your attention on the breath or sounds or the body, that you're coming into this with an awareness and a presence that transcends any resistance. You are the observer and the witness of these transient states that pass through us. Resistance isn't always there, just like joy or sadness isn't always there. They are temporary and passing through. If you notice any difficult thoughts or difficult emotions arise, as tempting as it would be to push them away, to resist them, allow yourself to make space for them, to see that thought as a memory or a worry or fear or a delight. And to see the emotions as temporary states that you may even be able to identify as having a home somewhere in your body. If you're feeling anxiety, where do you feel it? If you're feeling resistance, where do you feel that? Just exploring whatever your current state is. And to some degree, surrendering to its presence. Allowing. Even if just for a little bit. And when your mind wanders, gently bringing it back to rest on the present, whether you choose to focus on your breath or sounds or sensations, or just open awareness. Allowing yourself to settle into the present moment. And if there still is any resistance in any way, whether it's to something internal or external, or even to the theme of this sit, allowing that and being aware of it. And for the last few minutes, choosing to keep your attention back here on the present. Let's sit for the last few moments in silence. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you for your practice, and I hope you have a good week. Bye.